What's up? Welcome back, Enchanters, to another unveiling and unboxing of the new 2024 and the most recent edition of the Iron Studios X-Men vs. Sentinel 1/10 scale Mr. Sinister. I'm so pumped to unbox this. Now, there's been a long, complicated story surrounding this piece. I had this on pre-order directly through Iron Studios, and I am an Iron Studios retailer. At the time when I pre-ordered this, I wasn't an Iron Studios retailer, so this is the very last piece that I had pre-ordered from Iron Studios before becoming a retailer. And there was a coupon code for this. It wasn't validated at the time when I purchased it. Well, when I purchased it, they were doing like a 20% off, and if you pre-ordered it within the first day of it going on pre-order, and so I got the 20% off upon checkout on the total total of the piece, and then from there I paid the 20% deposit after that 20% discount, and so I was supposed to get that 20% off, and it never counted towards this piece and two other pieces I had ordered through them, and so customer service was not supportive at all, unfortunately, and as I was waiting to hear a response from them, this piece was then removed as I paid for it, and I lost my deposit on it, and they didn't ship my piece. They ended up selling my piece. So I was incredibly disappointed with them. I was very pissed, but thankfully I did get a credit. My credit towards what I did pay on the deposit was put on another piece, which was at the time the deluxe scar from Disney, the deluxe scar from the Disney collection. And so I did get my deposit back, but I never got the piece back. Thankfully, I did find this on eBay through the secondary market. This has been incredibly sought after, this unit. And there was a seller who had 4 of them. He sold all 4 of them. I bought the last one. I believe the price was $350. Wasn't too bad. It was $100 over MSRP, which was $250 was the initial MSRP on this piece. So it sucks that I had to pay him, but again, it was very limited in its run. So that is a big bummer. And if you aren't aware, there is the Phoenix Force coming out. I'll put an image right over here. It is going to be limited to only 200 units worldwide, 100 in Brazil and 100 here in the States. And it will be a Sideshow collectible exclusive. And it's supposed to launch in the 4th quarter through Sideshow. When, I don't know. But I really want to get my hands on it because that will officially complete my collection. And rumor has it that there may be a few more pieces coming out. So I was able to speak with the head of Iron Studios, and I did sort of kind of, express over when we met at D23, just like the importance of this collection, right? This unit, we want to see more pieces like Banshee. We still want to see Toad, Avalanche. There's still so many units we still want to get from this series. And so hopefully, we get 1 or 2 pieces a year. That would be awesome, because this really is my heart and joy, my pride and joy from my entire series, my entire collection, that I collect, is the X-Men 1/10 scale collection. It's the biggest diorama collection ever made in a statue company. So I want to continue to expand on it, right? And I hope they still make those last mutants that we need for our collection. So without further ado, let's unbox this bad boy. Now, I did unbox this because I did buy this in the secondary market. I did unbox it to make sure. I got this 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to make sure nothing was damaged, so I did unbox it. I have not set it up together, but I did check every individual piece out. But let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy.
Let's go, boys.
Now again, this is the shipper box, traditional. And let's look at this art box. All right. It is none other, as we look here to the front, we have Mr. Sinister zoomed in. On the side, we're going to have the Iron Studios logo. The back, we have the 1/10 scale zoomed out of Mr. Sinister. The side will say Mr. Sinister, and the top will have the X-Men logo with the laminated Mr. Sinister. So if you are curious, that is the art box for you. It's quite a large art box, so pretty awesome. I just love the pose of this figure, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like as we open it. So let's dive into this bad boy. What's really awesome is you also get an instruction manual on how to set this up, which is going to be amazing, because I heard from many people that cape is a little complicated to put in, so we're going to be doing that together and see exactly how complicated that might be. Now again, if you have the opportunity to get this, please get this on a secondary market. One thing I will say is I know I'm part of the X-Men Iron Studios 1/10 scale collection over on Facebook. It used to be a pretty awesome group. It's kind of been dead, and I think that that's been for multiple reasons. One, the statue community isn't as prevalent and as strong as it was for up until 2022. I think like come 2023, a lot of that started dying, mainly because we've just gotten such an abundance of so many statue companies creating so many pieces. These pieces have gotten so much more expensive to collect, with so many different companies making the same IPs. And just, you know, different action figures, statues, 1/10 scale, 1/6, 1/4, 1/8, you know, half scale, life bus. I mean, we've gotten maquettes. We've gotten so many different versions and renditions from so many companies to collect the same thing. I feel like we just got inundated and just got the market just got oversaturated, and nothing started to create value. Also because of the edition size. With one thing with Iron Studios is they don't add an edition size, which doesn't support the resale market. But the one thing I will say about Iron Studios is they've been making very, 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 very few pieces of all their releases lately. I'm talking about like less than 500 units on a lot of these new statues they're making. And though they're not even putting the, you know, 1 out of 500 statues or 1 out of 800 or 1 out of 750, anything under 1,000. Anything under 1,000 is a low edition size, and so by not having that, or any company that's producing anything over 1,000 units, it's very difficult for that to regain any secondary value in the secondary market. Sorry. So I think all of that plays a huge factor, and because Iron Studios did not communicate effectively with like what the future of this line was when they released the Age of Apocalypse line. I think a lot of collectors were like, okay, I'm just going to part ways with my collection. So I've noticed a lot of that. So if you've been collecting this series and you've parted ways, totally get it. But comment below. I am curious to know why, right? Was it financially? Was it just like, hey, you just lost interest in it? You just wanted more pieces? And you know, I am curious and knowing, but I do feel like a little bit of all of that played a huge factor into why so many got rid of this collection. I'm seeing it daily, how many people are trying to off their collection, and it saddens me. It really does, because we've never, ever, ever seen a diorama like this to this magnitude before. The only other company I did it was Iron Studios with the Avengers Infinity War saga scene, that final scene, but outside of that, we have not seen dioramas from a statue company do something of this scale. So I had to be a part of this, and I could not miss out. So whenever you open this piece, all these pieces, just make sure you open it this side up with the Iron Studios logo facing frontwards. Let's seal this bad boy back up. Leave this here, and let's open it up. All right. Now, let's count the pieces. We're going to start, of course, with the base. And here we have a Sentinel unit. Now, let's go ahead and zoom in over on the bottom of this base. As you can see, there is no edition size. Now, the only pieces in this series that did have an edition size, if you are curious, were the 3 large Sentinels, the Green Phoenix. She was limited to 450 units, and the White Phoenix Force will be limited to 200 units. Outside of that, all these other units do not have an edition size. So if you didn't know, now you know. All right, okay, we have Mr. Sinister here. Wow. The paint on this looks incredible. That metallic paint looks phenomenal. Alrighty, I'm excited about that. Let's take all these pieces out here first, and then we will put it together. Oh, Mr. Sinister, we have his head. What's this? A little smoke effect. I'm assuming that goes part of the Sentinel base. Another, looks like a joint on the Sentinel, and more smoke. more smoke. And here we're going to start to see his cape. We have one. Again, what I love about this piece already is how many pieces there are to it, especially the cape. It's going to create some pretty awesome dimension when it comes to how his cape is flaring in the air. All right. And we will be zooming in, so I'm going to set them up. You may not, I'm going to be zoomed in, but you're going to get an up close and personal at the end of this video, as I do with all of my videos. And if you are curious to see the entire series, I will link the most recent video at the end of this. At the end of this video, you can watch our most previous review, which was the Green Phoenix, I believe. And after you watch that one, you can literally watch every single unboxing and review of the entire collection. Wow. And there is still one more. Wow, this cape is quite elaborate. There we have it. So let's get rid of this bad boy, set it aside. Bloop. And let's set this piece up. So if you are curious as to how many pieces come in this piece, this figure, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces in order to create this. It's quite a lot. It's also exciting. I'm thrilled. So let's set this bad boy up. So we're going to start with this joint. It looks like it pegs in right here. There you go. It is magnetized. We always appreciate that. Ooh, we have something else here. Is this? Yep, there goes that. So put this here, and this piece of smoke magnetizes there. Now we have this little back one, and I don't know where this goes. And I guess we're just going to have to figure it out. On the set? Oh, we'll come back to that. Where did you go, buddy? Oh. It shows something. Oh, here we go. Yep. I was like, yeah. There you go. So there's all three pieces keyed in. I think actually the assembly instructions don't even show where that goes, but if you look at the back of the box, it does. Alrighty. Now let's start with Mr. Sinister. He looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. This pose is just badass. So let's key him in. Also, if you're curious, this piece takes place inside the Xavier School for the gifted with the wooden base. It's not outside. So if you were curious, you can key that. You can, if you are. It depends on how you're. Some of these pieces have outside bases, so you put those on the right side of the diorama, and then on the left side you keep the pieces that take place inside the school. So if you were curious. And let's go ahead and set his head in while we're at it. There we go. Wow, he looks phenomenal. All right, let's get started. I feel like this is going to be, I've seen so many of y'all discuss how complicated this is, but let's hope it's not. It says to put the pieces in from A to F. Alrighty, so let's give it a shot. It's first off, it's like determining what's what, right? This is E. They all just look the same. Okay, some of them are, so these with the little thin peg, no, that's not it. That's not fun. Okay, this is A, so we're going to start with A. It does not say A on it, but It looks just like the image. So there's 6 keyholes, and I'm sorry, I lie. There's a total of 6 keyholes, yes, on the back. A goes right there at the bottom. So next we have B. So they want you to put the bottom pieces in first. Okay, this is C. And this right here is B, if I'm not mistaken. It sure is. Alright, looks badass. And lastly, C. Actually, it looks really badass. I love the way it's catching wind and it's just flaring out. Looks phenomenal. Next, let's go with D. I know that's E. This is D. This will go on the top right here. Looks amazing. Zoom in on that beauty. Let's go with B. This is going to go in the center. How it's going to go in the center, I have no idea. Oh no, sorry. This is F. This is E. It's like, yeah, that doesn't fit there. Perfect. Okay, that was not complicated at all. And the last one is F. And there you have it. Actually, that was far from complicated. Zoom in on that bad boy. Wow, it looks amazing. That cape is just sick. Look at that beauty, man. Oh. For a second, I got really scared that I was never gonna get this piece. I was like, I'm not paying $450 for this. I'm not paying $450 for this. So I'm so glad I was able to get it for $350. But this looks phenomenal. The cape looks phenomenal. The way he's hovering, his arms, the way they're crossed, his face, he looks phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And this piece released the same week X-Men 97 released. And so Mr. Sinister was the lead antagonist in this new, this revamp of X-Men 97 that we got. So this piece came out, so like it just blew out immediately. A lot of people were not able to pre-order it on time before it sold out, and then there was some extra pieces available, so like they rushed to it. So again, this piece sold out within 24 hours of it even being restocked after they fulfilled their pre-orders. But so thrilled I got it. Now let's have y'all zoom in. I'm gonna give this my final review, and yeah, I'm excited. This looks phenomenal. I cannot wait to add it to the diorama. Awesome. So now that we're zoomed into this beauty, look at that face, man. That portrait looks phenomenal. Just that metallic red in his eyes looks insane. It looks absolutely spectacular. The little red diamond on his forehead, his goatee, just his chin strap, sorry, just looks amazing, amazing, amazing. He doesn't look like his face does. It looks so much more mature, and it doesn't look comical at all, which I appreciate. Just phenomenal piece. Now, I think what really makes this piece so majestic is the pose, right? He's flying right above the destroyed Sentinel leg, and then the cape, right? Look at this cape. The detail on this is just phenomenal. That cape span, just amazing, amazing, amazing. The details on this base are phenomenal as well. that metallic blue that they